Hello fans of Defender Sports, hope you're enjoying the game whether you're a friend or family member of a player or coach or a fan of the university. These players and coaches have put in hours and hours of practice, and it shows. But going into each and every game, there's one more thing that every coach makes sure the team has, and that's a game plan. If these players and coaches are willing to put this much time into planning for a game, how much more important is putting together a game plan for your financial life? Now, the financial world continually becomes more complicated, but if you don't have either the time or the desire to spend hours upon hours learning and keeping up with the changing rules of the game in the financial world, and then figuring out how that applies specifically to your financial life, you don't have to do it alone. For over 40 years, we've been helping households to build their financial game plan upon all the things more important than finances, while being good stewards of the resources God has entrusted to their care. Because there's things in life more important than money, and none of them are things. I'm Tom DeYoung, financial planner and president of Money Concepts, the planning firm. Check us out on the web or social media. Check out our podcast at moneyconceptsradio.com or your favorite podcast app, or schedule a complimentary meeting to see how a financial game plan might benefit you. Enjoy the rest of the game, and remember to spend your most valuable resources, your time and your attention, on the things in life that matter more than money.
Welcome back to Open Space Park, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for Defender Baseball, courtesy of the Dordt Media Network. This is Game 2 of this conference doubleheader. Dordt playing host to Morningside. Game 1 went to the Defenders, 10-7. Jungju Kim picked up the win for the Defenders as he earned his 5th win of the season. Dordt now 3-12 in the conference and 15-18 overall. Morningside 11-4, 25-9. Introducing the starters for the Defenders as they take the field for this top of the first inning. Very similar lineup, just a couple of changes. Your outfield, Anthony Rodriguez, Logan Harris, and Nolan Christensen. The outfield remains the same. Your infield, Ethan Hogestegger at third, Jason Carrig at short, Logan DeVries at second. One change is at first base. Drew Oreskes is at first. Juan Sanchez behind the plate getting the start. On the bump, Diego Benitez, senior from Panama City, Panama, will get the start in Game 2, making his 5th start and 11th appearance. He's 1-1 with an ERA of 10.72. 11 walks, 22 strikeouts, 22 2/3 innings for the right-hander Diego Benitez. Morningside, similar lineup as well for head coach Adam Boovey. Hunter Hope, Eddie Brancato, Jason Willers, Nick Grajeda, Elijah Rude, Ryan Kielbasa, Aiden Bishop playing left field and hitting 7th. Alex Calabresi and Brian Garcia round out the batting order for the Mustangs, as this is Game 2. And we'll play 7 innings as well in this one. No 10-run rule, so we'll play a full 7 innings here in this one. Defenders looking for the sweep, and as I mentioned in the postgame show, Dordt picked up its first win over Morningside since the 2018 season. Prior to that, they had lost 11 straight. So a good win for the Defenders. Morningside had come in. They were on a 5-game win streak. They had won 10 of their last 11, but Dordt beat them 10-7. Outstanding effort by Kim on the mound. And offensively, Ethan Hogestegger had the grand slam that really set the tone. Hit a second-inning grand slam with 2 outs. The Defenders led 4-0, never trailed after that. And here we go in Game 2. Hunter Hope to lead things off for Morningside. Hope coming in, .321 batting average, returning all-conference player at the top of the lineup for the Mustangs. The ground ball hit to third. Up with it is Hogestegger across the diamond, and there's 1 out. Good start for the Defenders on the 5-3 ground out by Hunter Hope. 1 away, top of the first inning. That's going to bring up Eddie Brancato. So Brancato will be the batter. Brancato the hitter with 1 out and the bases empty. Top of the first of Game number 2. Thank you for joining us. Email address is matt.boss@nwc or at dordt.edu. And a line drive just foul by Brancato. That's going to take extra bases away. That was heading to the corner, but thankfully went foul by a foot or 2. Brancato had 2 hits in Game 1. He went 2 for 5 with an RBI. And Benitez comes inside and hits Brancato. And Morningside has its first base runner. Brancato to first with 1 out. That'll bring up Jason Willers. Willers 1 for 4 in Game 1. First team all-conference selection. Again, his power number is impressive. 8 home runs, 43 RBIs to go with a .364 batting average. First team all-conference catcher, Jason Willers. Catching also in Game 2. He did all the catching in Game 1. He's a sophomore from Davenport, Iowa. Well hit right field. That's going to get all the way to the fence. It's going to hit the scoreboard. That'll be a home run. Jason Willers, first pitch from Benitez, and Willers with a 2-run shot to right center field. Drills the scoreboard. Scoreboard still hanging there, thankfully, and it's still there and still working, but it's 2-0. 2-run home run by Jason Willers. For Willers, that is home run number 9, RBI Number 44 and 45, and Morningside has a 2-0 lead. So Willers puts Morningside in front, 2-0. Ground ball right side, DeVries. Nice play in shallow right field to knock it down, but unable to make the throw. And Nick Grajeda with a single after the 2-run home run by Jason Willers. Brancato scores after it was hit by a pitch on the 2-run home run by Willers. Still just one out. And Grajeda at first. That's going to bring up Elijah Rude. Rude 0 for 3 in game 1. Off speed by Benitez. Misses inside. 1 ball, no strikes. So 2-0 Morningside. And the next pitch by Benitez misses low. And it's 2-0. 2-0 to Elijah Rude with a runner at first and Grajeda, who singled to right field. Next pitch is high, and it's 3-0 to Elijah Rude. 2-0 Morningside, a 2-run home run by Willers with 1 out. And the 3-0 pitch from Benitez. And a called strike. It's 3-1 to Elijah Rude. Softball, bottom of the 10th inning now. Still 1-1 against Midland. Game down in Fremont. Game 1 of a doubleheader. Bouncer off of the glove of Benitez. DeVries has got to hurry and over to first in time to get Elijah Rude. Heads up play by Logan DeVries. He charged it hard, makes the play. Grajeda goes to second in scoring position now with 2 down on the 1-4-3 ground out. And that'll bring up Ryan Kielbasa, the shortstop for the Mustangs, 2 for 3 with an RBI. 2 runs scored in game 1. Has a runner in scoring position in Grajeda. And the pitch from Benitez. Big cut at the fastball, fouls it off. 0-1 to Kielbasa. Kielbasa, 2 for 3 in game 1, coming in with a .328 batting average. Every starter for Morningside is hitting over 300. Morningside, a very good team offensively, hitting .340 as a team, scoring 8 runs per game. Believe it's 0-2. If he did go around, it's either 1-1 or 0-2. This is Kielbasa. Benitez gives the base runner a look. Next pitch is just outside. Uncertain on the count. We think it's 1-2. Runner at second is Grajeda. And the pitch from Benitez. Off speed, ground ball. Carrig takes a nice hop. Carrig over to first in time to get Kielbasa, and the inning is over. But Morningside takes a 2-0 lead. 2-run home run by the catcher, Jason Willers. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Morningside 2, Dordt nothing. Be back in a moment. You're watching Defender Baseball on the Dordt Media Network.
We understand how complex the financial landscape can be to navigate. Our goal is to free up your hands so that you can focus on what is most important in life.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University.
2-0 is the score. Morningside on a 2-run home run by Jason Willers takes the lead as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Defensively for Morningside, and again, very similar lineup as in Game 1. Aiden Bishop takes over in left field. He was the starting pitcher in Game 1, so he'll play left field. Garcia in center. Hunter Hope switches from left. He'll play right field in Game 2. Your infield is the same. Brancato at third. Kielbasa at short. Calabresi at second. Rude at first. Willers is your catcher. And getting the start in Game 2 is Cade Nolan, freshman from Menifee, California, prepped at Aquinas High School. Nolan making his 6th start, 10th appearance. He's 2-2 with an ERA of 5.52, 29 and a third innings, 12 walks, 27 strikeouts. Team's hitting .275 against Cade Nolan, who is a freshman right-hander. Gets the start in Game 2. Offensively for the defenders, leading off will be Logan Harris. Harris was 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored in Game number 1. Harris to lead things off for the defenders coming into the doubleheader, hitting .278. Swing and a miss at a fastball. 0-1 the count to Logan Harris. Top of the 11th, they go down in Fremont. Still tied 1-1 is the score between Midland and Dordt in a Game 1 of a softball doubleheader. Knew it was going to be a pitcher's duel between Abby Kramer and Rincon, the talented pitcher from Midland. Both pitchers have gone the full 10 innings. Rincon 17 strikeouts right now. Abby Kramer has 13 strikeouts in what has just been a really good ball game. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter for the defenders. It's 1-2. Here's the pitch. Misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Logan Harris. Morningside in front, 2-0. Bottom of the first inning. The pitch. Misses low, and the count is full, 3-2. Dordt in Game 1, 11 hits, including a grand slam by Ethan Hugesteiger. There's a line drive, base hit, past the shortstop, and the defenders have the leadoff man aboard, Logan Harris, with a sharply hit single to left. Good start for the defender offense against Cade Nolan, the freshman right-hander. Now batting will be Nolan Christensen. Christensen in Game 1, 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. So Nolan Christensen will be the batter, hitting .299, hitting over 300 coming into this at-bat. Shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a ball up high. 1 ball, no strikes to Christensen. Christensen followed by Carrig. Dylan Stanley will be the cleanup hitter. Logan DeVries, Drew Oreskes, Anthony Rodriguez, Juan Sanchez, and Ethan Hugesteiger. 1 ball, no strikes, and up there to bunt again. Christensen pulled it back. This time takes a strike. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Runner at first, Logan Harris. Runs well, gets his lead. Takes outside, snap throw by the catcher, and Harris is safely back. 2 balls and a strike to Nolan Christensen. Logan Harris leads the team with 8 stolen bases. That's 10th best in the G-Pack. 8 out of 11 in stolen bases. Christensen, the batter, he's second on the team with 7 stolen bases. Pretty good speed on the bases right now. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To the right fielder, Nolan Christensen. And the pitch from Nolan. Set to come. Another breaking ball just missed high. And the count is full, 3-2. Second straight batter that Nolan has gone to a full count. 3-2 to Christensen, with Jason Carrig, the talented freshman shortstop for the defenders, on deck. And the payoff pitch, fouled off. defenders did a nice job putting the ball in play in game one, making the Morningside pitchers throw a lot of pitches. Pretty good job offensively for the defenders in that game one win, 10-7. Here's another payoff pitch and just missed low. And the defenders in business, first and second and nobody out after the walk to Christensen. Harris at second, Christensen at first. Jason Carrig will be the batter. So Carrig will be the batter. He was 0 for 3. Came into game one with a 12-game hit streak. So that streak is over. 0 for 3 with an RBI. Did reach base on a walk, scored a run. And he squares to bunt, pulls it back. Takes the pitch for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. First baseman, Elijah Rude, was charging on the play. Third baseman's going to hold. Second baseman will cover first. If you can picture that defensive rotation, the lineup. See if Carrig shows bunt again. Here's the 1-0. He does. And he bunts it foul. Cade Nolan with a fastball comes inside. Those are tougher pitches to handle. So it's a 1-1 count to the shortstop, Jason Carrig. 1-1 the count. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Dordt trails 2-0 against Morningside. A 2-run home run by the Mustangs. Top of the first inning by their catcher, Jason Willers. Here's the 1-1. And Carrig bunts it just foul third base side. Third baseman Eddie Brancato there to pick it up before it goes fair. And the count is 1-2 to Jason Carrig. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good speed on the bases. Logan Harris at second. Nolan Christensen at first. And the 1-2 pitch from Nolan. Here it comes. Fouled off toward the defender dugout. So Carrig stays alive in this at-bat. Still 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Carrig defensively played a great ball game in game one. He was outstanding for the defenders. Made some great plays. And another 1-2 pitch. Line drive. That could be in for a base hit. And a diving catch by the center fielder for Morningside. Takes the hit away from Carrig for out number 2. That was Brian Garcia with a great catch. We'll see it on the replay there. Carrig hit it well. Garcia lays out for it and makes the catch. Both runners have to get back to the bag, and they are back safely, but there's 1 out. Might be a game-saving catch. Early on, it's the biggest moment of the game so far. Dylan Stanley will be the batter. 1 for 3 in game one. Comes up as the designated hitter and cleanup hitter. First pitch to Stanley, a breaking ball, misses high. 1 ball, no strikes to Stanley. Great defensive play by Garcia, the Morningside center fielder. Taking a hit away from Carrig and possibly a run for the defenders. Stanley fouls the next pitch off, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Wind still blowing out to right field, but it has settled down, not as strong as it was in the first game. 1-1 count to Stanley, the pitch. That's well hit right field. Hope drifting back, edge of the warning track, will make the catch for out number 2. Tagging on the play is Harris. He'll go to third on a well-hit ball, but a long out for Stanley. F9 if you're scoring at home. And there's 2 down. Harris to third. Christensen stays at first. And the batter will be Logan DeVries. DeVries will be the batter with 2 down. Runner in scoring position. DeVries 1 for 3 in game one. 2 RBIs and a run scored for DeVries. Runners at the corners, 2 down for DeVries, the starting second baseman, hitting .297 coming into the doubleheader. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1 the count to DeVries. 0-1 the count to DeVries. Drew Oreskes in the on-deck circle for the defenders. 0-1 the count. And the pitch, off speed, and a called strike. 0-2 the count to DeVries. Up at the letters that time. 0-2 the count to DeVries. Runners at the corners. And a quick throw over to first. Diving back is Christensen. Still 0-2. Nolan gets the sign from his catcher, Willers. And the 0-2. Breaking ball. Out in front of it was DeVries, and Nolan strikes out DeVries to end the defenders' first inning. Defenders leave 2 base runners on a hit, a walk, no runs. 1 hit, no errors. At the end of 1, it's Morningside 2, Dordt nothing. Be back after a short timeout with more Defender Baseball on the Dordt Media Network.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University and sponsored by Sioux Center Health Therapy, partnering with Dordt University to provide quality care to all athletes. Sioux Center Health Therapy. And today's live stream broadcast brought to you by Verhoof Automotive. Verhoof Automotive in Sioux Center is your local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Buick dealer. Verhoof Automotive, worth the drive from anywhere.
Family, farm, business, community. People's Bank, where values matter.
Top of the second inning we go. Morningside in front of Dordt in game 2 of this conference doubleheader, 2-0. Due up for the Mustangs, Aiden Bishop, Alex Calabresi, Brian Garcia, 7, 8, 9 spots in the order against Diego Benitez, the defender starting pitcher in game 2. There's a strike called to Aiden Bishop. Bishop was the starting pitcher, was the losing pitcher in game number 1. Benitez with a breaking ball, misses. 1 ball, 1 strike to Aiden Bishop. All-conference player, having a good season at the plate, hitting .330. 21 runs scored, a home run, 16 RBIs. There's a bouncer to right field, and a hit for Bishop. Shallow right field. Aiden Bishop leads off the second with a single. That's going to bring up Alex Calabresi. Calabresi will be the batter for the Mustangs. 1 for 3 in game 1, RBI and a run scored. Calabresi coming into the doubleheader hitting .309. So Benitez will work from the stretch, throw over to first. Bishop safely back. Bishop does have 1 stolen base on the season. And Benitez throws over again. Couple of scores. In GPAC baseball, Concordia swept a doubleheader in conference play, sweeping Dakota Wesleyan 11-7 and 4-0. And Benitez delivers. And a swing and a foul ball by Calabresi. 0-1 the count to the second baseman. The only other score, South Dakota State beat Briarcliff 18-5 in a non-conference game. Concordia in first place right now, 13-3. A game up on both Mount Marty and Doane. The 0-1 from Benitez. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. And it's 0-2 to Calabresi. Morningside at 11-4 after their Game 1 loss here this afternoon to Dordt. Dordt at 3-12 in 10th place, 2 games behind Hastings right now. Benitez misses outside, 1-2 the count. To the number 8 hitter, Alex Calabresi. Morningside with 3 hits so far against Benitez through 1 inning. Runner at first, Benitez misses inside. Makes the count 2 balls, 2 strikes to the second baseman, Alex Calabresi. 2-2 is the count with Brian Garcia on deck. And the pitch from Benitez. Swing and a miss. Benitez picks up his first strikeout of the ball game. And there is 1 away with a runner at first. Brian Garcia will be the batter. Garcia, starting center fielder in both games. Garcia in game 1 went 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Steps to the plate with a runner at first and 1 out. Ground ball through the right side for a base hit. We'll see if Bishop's going to go first to third, and he will. And Morningside will have runners at the corners with 1 out. Garcia with a well-hit single to the right side. Well hit, well-positioned hit, well-placed hit. So runners at the corners and 1 out. That is the 4th hit for the Mustangs off of defender starter Diego Benitez. Top of the order coming up for Morningside. Hunter Hope grounded out to third his first time up. He's 0 for 1 here in game 2. Morningside, as I mentioned in the pregame of game 1, not a team that steals a lot of bases. 21 stolen bases on the season. That puts them 11th in the conference. Benitez misses with a breaking ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Okay. Take that back. That was a strike. Umpire sometimes is a little late, and I lose my patience, and I'm looking down at the paper already. 0-1 the count. Fastball misses high, so it's a 1-1 count now to the leadoff hitter, Hunter Hope. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners at the corners. Morningside, a very good offensive hitting team, hitting .340. They just don't steal a lot of bases. They don't hit a lot of home runs, although they do have a 2-run home run from Jason Willers in this one. 2 balls and a strike to Hunter Hope. Runners on the corners. Bishop at third, Garcia at first. Both reached base on a single. And the 2-1 from Benitez. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Diego. Count is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Benitez has 1 strikeout, has not walked anybody, did hit a batter. 2-2 the count to Hunter Hope. Eddie Brancato on deck. And the 2-2. And a base hit past a diving third baseman, Hugestegger, and Morningside adds to their lead. They now lead 3-1. RBI single by Hunter Hope. Hope with the RBI. Aiden Bishop comes in to score. Garcia moves to second with 1 out. Runners at first and second, 1 out, and that'll bring up Eddie Brancato, the third baseman. Brancato hit by a pitch, came around to score off of a 2-run home run by Jason Willers. Head coach Nathan Bacon making a visit to the mound. Can't see for certain, but I don't see anybody down the third base and bullpen for the defenders. Nobody's warming up or getting loose right now. Coach Bacon makes a trip to the mound. Runners at first and second, still just 1 out for Brancato. Coach Bacon will head back to the dugout. No pitching change here. So Benitez will stay in. 3-0 is the score, Morningside. Threatening for more. Runners at first and second and 1 out. Benitez from the stretch delivers. Line drive caught by DeVries. not able to get the double play. Ball well hit by Brancato, a line drive, but DeVries makes the catch for out number 2. Give the base runners credit. Both Garcia and Hope did what they needed to do. They kind of froze on contact, retreated to the base, seeing that it didn't get through, and so they did not get doubled up. There are 2 down now with runners at first and second for Jason Willers, who hit a 2-run home run back in the first inning. And Benitez starts Willers off with a strike, 0-1 to the catcher. Willers, the top run producer for the Mustangs, now has 45 RBIs. Brancato next on the team with 31 coming into the doubleheader. 0-2 the count to Willers. 0-2 the count to Willers. Time called by the batter, Willers. To the count with 2 down, runners at first and second. Benitez 1 strike away from getting out of it. That one's fisted. That's going to be trouble, and it will fall in for a base hit. That's going to get another run in. And the throw over to third, knocked down by Hugestagger, but the RBI single by Willers puts Morningside in front 4-0, and Willers is going to get run for. There's a courtesy for the catcher, Willers. Garcia scores 4-0. Hope goes first to third with 2 down. That's going to bring up Grajeda. Grajeda 1 for 1 with a single. 4-0 Morningside with the lead. Unsure who that courtesy runner is. We'll have to keep watching. Trying to remember from the first game. First game it was number 15 usually, Zach Hefty. So just check to see if it's a 15. Would help if they have numbers on their front of the jerseys, wouldn't it? 0-1 the count. Grajeda takes a pitch for a strike. First and third, 2 down, 2 runs across. It's 4-0 Morningside here in game 2. The pitch. Fouled off. I think it is 15. It's something 5. 15. We'll call it 15, and if we're wrong, we'll make the correction. Zach Hefty in to run for the catcher. Here's the 0-2. Bouncer to the right side. That's going to get DeVries with a diving save. Saves it from going into right field. Throw over to third. Got him. So a nice play by Logan DeVries, not only to knock the ball down, preventing it from going to right field, but the runner going from first to third, he throws him out. The run does score. Hunter Hope does count. He will score. Morningside 5, Dordt 0. RBI single by Grajeda. It was indeed number 15 on the run. So at the end of an inning and a half, it is Morningside 5, Dordt 0. We'll take a short break, come back with more Defender Baseball on the Dordt Media Network. Welcome back to Open Space Park, bottom of the second inning. Morningside with a 5-0 lead, 2 runs in the first, 3 more in the second. Due up for the defenders will be Drew Oreskes, Anthony Rodriguez, and Juan Sanchez. 6, 7, 8 spots in the order. Coming up against Cade Nolan, the starter in Game 2 for Morningside. Oreskes did not get a start in Game 1. Drew Oreskes hitting .281 on the season, home run, 10 RBIs for Oreskes. Here's the 1-1, swing and a miss there. And it's 1-2 to Oreskes. Oreskes, a freshman from Kansas City, Missouri. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nolan struck out DeVries to end the inning. Searching for his second strikeout. Misses high with a fastball. And the count is 2-2 to Drew Oreskes. Softball just won in 12 innings. 2-1 ball game in Game 1 of a softball doubleheader down in Fremont, Nebraska. They hand Midland their first conference loss of the season. 2-1 is the score. 12 inning. Count is full. Give you some stats here in a moment. 3-2. Oreskes stays alive with a foul ball. Abby Kramer picked up the win. She went the full 12 innings. 6 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Struck out 15 for the defenders in that 2-1 12-inning win in Game 1. Here's the 3-2. And they're going to call that a strike 3. Second strikeout for Cade Nolan. As Oreskes strikes out, first out of the second inning. That'll bring up Anthony Rodriguez. Rodriguez will be the batter. With the bases empty and 1 out, Rodriguez 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Rodriguez, a starting left fielder, pops one foul. And that's going to get out of play. 0-1 the count to Rodriguez. Golf team will be in action, both the women's and the men's team, Friday and Saturday down in Nebraska. It'll be at the Tatanka Spring Invite. Both women and men will play both days. 18 holes one day, 9 holes is on the second day, I believe. And the pitch, swing and a miss there from Rodriguez, and it's 0-2. Congratulations to Dylan Dahl, the assistant volleyball coach for both the men's and the women's program, but he was named the National Assistant Coach of the Year for men's volleyball. So congratulations to Dylan Dahl. The men's volleyball team had an outstanding season, reaching the GPAC championship for the first time. Ranked for the first time. 1-2, and swing and a miss there by Rodriguez. The catcher's going to throw over to first. It's a 2-3. Out at first. And there's 2 down. It is a KS and then 2-3. KS space 2-3. And there's 2 down. That'll bring up Juan Sanchez, the defender catcher. He was 3 for 3 in Game 1. See if he can continue his hot streak at the plate. Takes the pitch low. 1 ball, no strikes to Sanchez. Sanchez came into the doubleheader hitting .242. That number's climbed a little bit after his Game 1 performance. 1 ball, 1 strike to Sanchez. If he can reach, it'll be Ethan Hugesteger batting. 1-1 the count, the pitch. Off speed, and Sanchez skies one to left field. Aiden Bishop will take a few steps in, makes the catch, and a 1-2-3 inning from Cade Nolan and the Morningside pitcher. At the end of 2 innings, Morningside 5, Dordt nothing. We'll be back with more Defender Baseball on the Dordt Media Network after this short break.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
And brought to you by Furniture Mart, Find furniture, mattresses, flooring, paint, window treatments at your local Furniture Mart, family owned and located downtown Sioux Center.
Morningside comes to bat. Top of the third inning, leading 5-0 in game 2 against the host defenders. Elijah Rude to lead things off for the Mustangs. He's 0 for 1, a 1-4-3 ground out back in the first inning. Comebacker off of Benitez's glove, who's the pitcher, deflected to the second baseman DeVries, who threw him out. So Rude 0 for 1 on the day. 1 ball, 1 strike to Elijah Rude. Again, game 2 scheduled for 7 innings. Off-speed pitch from Benitez. It's a good one. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the first baseman, Elijah Rude. 1-2 the count. And the pitch from Benitez. There's a chopper up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. It's going to get through on the shortstop side. Well-placed hit by Elijah Rude. A single. That is the 8th hit already for Morningside through 2+ innings now. They had 2 hits in the first, 5 in the second inning. It's going to bring up Ryan Kielbasa, grounded out to short his first time up. 5-0 is the score. Morningside in front. Here's the pitch. Slaps it to the right side. DeVries over to second. Risky play. Low throw dug out by Carrig. And a fielder's choice from Kielbasa. DeVries goes to get the lead runner. That is 4-6. Rude out at second. Kielbasa at first on the fielder's choice. 1 away. And Aiden Bishop will be the batter. Bishop singled and scored a run to lead things off in the second. 1 away, runner at first. Top of the third inning, 5-0 Morningside. And the first pitch misses inside. 1 ball, no strike to Aiden Bishop. Bishop 1 for 1 on the day. Runner at first is Kielbasa. The pitch. Up high. 2-0 the count to Aiden Bishop. Morningside 2 runs in the first. A 2-run home run by Jason Willers. 3 runs across in the second. Did so on 5 hits. All singles in the second inning. And a strike there. 2-1 the count to Aiden Bishop. A little bit of activity down the third base side. Defender bullpen warming up. 2-1 the count. And the pitch from Benitez. Breaks in there for a strike. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Calabresi to hit next for the Mustangs. 2-2 the count. Runner at first, 1 down. Top of the third, the pitch from Benitez. Line drive, that's going to be a base hit. Down the right field line. Kielbasa will go first to third. It'll be a 1-out double from Aiden Bishop, who is now 2 for 2 on the day in game 2. Kielbasa all the way to third, Bishop to second with 1 out, and Alex Calabresi will be the batter. Calabresi 0 for 1 with a strikeout. That is now 9 hits for the Mustangs. Their second extra base hit of the game. Bishop with a double, Willers with a home run. 7 singles off of Diego Benitez. Calabresi steps to the plate. Swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1 to Calabresi. Calabresi, the batter. Defender track and field team will also compete this weekend down in Sioux City. Sioux City Relays. Talk more about track and field here after this pitch from Benitez. Here's the 0-1. Misses inside. Really successful weekend this past weekend for Defender track and field. 2-day event hosted by the University of South Dakota. Here's the 1-1 from Benitez. Breaks in there for a strike, caught the inside corner. 1-2 to Calabresi. Day 1 saw 2 national qualifiers for the men, 2 for the women. Here's the 1-2 from Benitez. Misses down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Day 1 for the women. Taylor Onema qualified in the steeplechase. Jessica Campman in the 10K. On the men's side, Daniel Schroeder. Peter Shippey qualified in the steeple. Davis Tebben in the 10. Benitez delivers the 2-2. Hit well but foul, third base side. Still 2-2. Peyton Malden in the 8. Peyton Miller in the 400 hurdles. Joe Anderson in the 5. Then day 2 saw both the women and the men's 4x4 qualifying for nationals. And 3 defenders set the school record in the 100-meter dash. Logan Frank and Ryan Schober and Levi Skelhaas. What a weekend it was for the Defender track and field teams. Here's the 2-2. Misses down. And the count is full to Calabresi. This week at Sioux City Relays. The following week they will be at the Red Raider Invite in Orange City. Then they got a full week. Mount Marty, Drake Relays, the Simpson Invite, all in 1 week. Different places. The payoff pitch hit well center field. Coming in to make the catch is Logan Harris, and the runner will tag and score from third on the sac fly by Calabresi. Sac fly, SF. Scoring will be Kielbasa. RBI for Calabresi. And there's 2 down. Well, you got to go SF and then who caught it. Runner at second is still Bishop with Brian Garcia the batter. Garcia steps to the plate. Ground ball to third, and it's a foul ball. It'll be just a strike. 0-1 to Garcia. Oh and 1 the count to the number 9 hitter, Brian Garcia. Top of the order coming up next, Hunter Hope, the right fielder. 6-0 Morningside with the lead. 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third. Runner at second is Bishop. The pitch, low. Nice stop behind the plate. Sanchez, he's had a great game 1, 3 for 3 at the plate. Made some nice stops behind the plates. Played well defensively. 1 ball, 1 strike to Garcia. Garcia 1 for 1 with a single and scored in the second. Big lead at second base by Bishop. Benitez misses inside and high. 2-1 the count to Garcia. Two and 1 the count. Benitez gets the sign from the catcher. And the pitch. There's a bouncer there. That's going to get through and lead to another run. 2-out single by Brian Garcia. That's going to score Bishop from second. It is now 7-0 Morningside with the lead. Garcia 2 for 2 in game 2. Another RBI for Garcia. Top of the order, Hunter Hope will be the batter, but we're going to have a pitching change. Coach Nathan Bacon will make a visit to the mound, and I believe we'll have a pitching change at least. Yeah, I think he motioned to the dugout, and we will indeed have a pitching change. We'll give you the new name and the pitcher's numbers and stats after we take a short timeout. You're watching Defender Baseball, Dordt Media Network. Pitching change for the Defenders. Before we give you the new name and the numbers, I'd like to give a shout out to our Dordt Media Network crew. Sean is the program director. We got Tyson. We have Ian McDonald. We have Tyler Vandermolen and Lynn Marie on the camera operators and replay. Moments ago, before the delay in action, you saw Tyler Vandermolen on the camera, so that was awesome to see Tyler. Pitching change here. On in relief of Diego Benitez is Mike Brule, junior from Plano, Illinois. Right-hander for the Defenders. His numbers, he's 0-1. This is his 11th appearance, most in relief. 11 1/3 innings, 5 walks, 12 strikeouts for Brule, junior right-hander from Plano, Illinois. 7-0 is the score. Benitez so far charged with those 7 runs, all earned. Benitez, 2 2/3, 10 hits, 7 runs, 1 strikeout, no walks. Can't win it. He is the pitcher of record right now for a loss. Runner at first, Brian Garcia. Leadoff hitter Hunter Hope will be the first batter that Mike Brule will face. 2 down in the third. 7-0 Morningside. And the first pitch to Hunter Hope is a strike, 0-1. Hope 1 for 2, grounded out, singled and scored a run. 0-1 the count. And Brule's pitch. Hit well, line drive, center field. Harris right there, though. Barely had to move to make the catch. Ball well hit by Hope, but that ends the third inning. Morningside adds to their lead. They lead 7-0 heading into the bottom of the third inning. We'll have more from Open Space Park, more Defender Baseball after a short timeout.
Here we live between big city and small town, but we don't do anything halfway. We play in a community that's safe for families while providing our kids big city opportunities. We work in a place proud of its rural history that's already writing its future in science and technology. This is a place where we love our neighbors and where a small town is more like a big family. Sioux Center, live life in the middle of everything. Here we live between
Welcome back to Open Space Park. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Defenders trailing Morningside here in Game 2. 7-0 is the score. Leading things off for Defenders will be the third baseman, Ethan Hugestegger. And then the top of the order, Logan Harris, Nolan Christensen, if anyone should reach, Jason Carrick. Hugestegger had a grand slam in Game 1, got the Defenders off to a 4-0 lead, and they never trailed. He'll come to lead things off, bottom of the third inning. Starting third baseman here in Game 2 as well. 1 ball, no strikes to Hugestegger. Nolan's pitch fouled off. Evens the count at 1-1. Cade Nolan, the freshman right-hander for Morningside, has pitched well so far, given up just 1 hit. Struck out 3. Walked 1. Defenders had 2 on. First 2 batters of the game got on. Logan Harris a single. Christensen walked. Jason Carrick, the number 3 hitter, lined one to center field. Center fielder made a great catch for Morningside Garcia to take extra bases away and really thwarted the Defenders' scoring chance in the first inning. 3-1 the count to Hugestegger. Top of the order to follow for the Defenders. Here's the 3-1. And Nolan issued his second walk of the game as Hugestegger aboard. And that'll bring up Logan Harris. Harris 1 for 1, started the game off with a single. Logan Harris, the starting center fielder for the Defenders, with a runner at first. Defenders trail here in Game 2, 7-0. They won Game 1, 10-7. And the pitch by Nolan, down for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Logan Harris. 1-0 count. And the pitch. Off speed and a beauty. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count. Cade Nolan coming in with a 2-2 record for Coach Adam Bovey's squad. Another breaking ball in there for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to the Defenders' leadoff hitter, Logan Harris. 1-2 the count, runner at first. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Cade Nolan. And there's 1 out. Nolan Christensen will be the batter. In the number 2 spot. No official at bat. He walked back in the first inning. Christensen at the plate with 1 out. Hugestegger at first. Gets his lead. The pitch. Off speed. It's outside. 1 ball, no strikes to Nolan Christensen. Defender softball again. A 1-0 win in Game 1 of their doubleheader down in Fremont against Midland. Matchup of unbeatens in conference play. Game 1 went to the Defenders 2-1 in 12 innings. Christensen takes a strike. It's 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out. Bottom of the third. And the pitch from Nolan fouled off. 1-2 the count to Nolan Christensen. Game 2 set to get underway here shortly down in Fremont. Have the live stats pulled up. Looks like they just got underway. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the right fielder for the Defenders, Nolan Christensen. And the pitch. Line drive, fall in for a base hit, and does. So Christensen with his first hit of the game. Second hit overall for the Defenders. A single to right field, 2 on, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the third inning for Jason Carrig, the starting shortstop for the Defenders. Carrig lined one to center field. Garcia made a great play for the Mustangs. Took extra bases and a run away from the Defenders, most likely. Defenders with a good scoring chance, 2 on and 1 out, bottom of the third. Trailing 7-0. The pitch. Inside. 1-0 the count to Carrig. Carrig, outstanding season for the freshman from Irvine, California. Team high 351 batting average, and from what I've seen today defensively, he's a good one. Made some outstanding plays in both games playing shortstop. Fouls that one off. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at second is Hugesteger. Christensen, the runner at first. 2 on, 1 out. Defenders need to chip away at this Morningside lead. Here's the 1-1. Good cut at a fastball. Fouls it straight back. And it's 1-2 to Jason Carrig. One ball, 2 strikes. Cade Nolan works ahead in the count. Dylan Stanley, the defender's cleanup hitter, on deck. And the 1-2 pitch from Nolan. Line drive, that's going to be caught by the center fielder. Another diving catch, taking away a base hit from Carrig. Second time that's happened to Carrig. Great play again by the center fielder, Brian Garcia. Right center field, you're going to see the diving catch. Thank you for the Dordt Media Network crew on the replay. And there's 2 down. Runner at second. Hugesteger will tag on the play and goes to third. Runners at first and third. 2 down, however. And Dylan Stanley will be the batter. Stanley flew out to fairly deep right field his first time up. 2 down. Runners at the corners. And the pitch from Nolan. Stanley fouls the first pitch off, and it's 0-1. Very similar plays by the center fielder on a ball hit by Carrig. I think the one in the first inning was a little bit better in terms of had to lay out more for it, but both outstanding plays by Garcia to take a hit away from Jason Carrig. Throw over to first. Diving back is Nolan Christensen. 0-1 the count to Dylan Stanley. Logan DeVries hoping for a chance to come up in this third inning. If Stanley can find a way to extend it. The 0-1. Another good cut at a fastball, but he's Stanley down in the count 0-2. Cade Nolan has 4 strikeouts, a couple of walks. He's given up 2 hits. Dylan Stanley down in the count 0-2 with runners at the corners. Hugesteger at third, Christensen at first with 2 down. Here's the 0-2. Went with a high fastball, and Stanley lays off, doesn't chase. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Dylan Stanley. 7-0 Morningside with the lead. In game 2, defenders took game 1 10-7. And the 1-2 pitch coming up. Runner at first bluffs going, trots back to the bag, pitches high, 2 balls, 2 strikes to the designated hitter Dylan Stanley. Two and 2 the count. And the pitch from Nolan. Off speed. Stanley skies one. Shallow center field. Coming in to make the catches, Garcia for out number 3. Stanley flies out to shallow center field. The defenders leave 2 more base runners on base in the third. At the end of 3 innings, it's Morningside 7, Dordt nothing. Be back with more Defender Baseball on the Dordt Media Network after a short timeout.
This Dordt Media Network student-produced live stream broadcast is brought to you by Joyner and Zwart Dentistry in Orange City, offering dentures, implants, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere.
And sponsored by Sioux Center Health Therapy, partnering with Dordt University to provide quality care to all athletes. Sioux Center Health Therapy.
Top of the fourth inning we go from Open Space Park. Defender Baseball trailing Morningside in Game 2. 7-0 is the score. Morningside due up 2, 3, 4 spots in the order. Brancato followed by Willers and then Grajeda. If anyone should reach, it'll be Rude. 2, 3, 4 spots in the order for Morningside. This is their first time seeing the relief pitcher, Mike Brule. On in relief, he got the final out last inning. On in relief of Diego Benitez, who was the starter, responsible for the 7 runs. So Brule out there to start his first full inning of work, and a strike called to Brancato. It's 0-1. Brancato walked and lined out to second. He's 0 for 1, down in the count 0-2 to Brule. 0-2 the count. As Brule working ahead, he's a guy that will work from the stretch even with no runners on base. Delivers a pitch fouled off by Brancato. Still 0-2 to Eddie Brancato. He's been the starting third baseman in both games for Morningside. Jason Willers on deck for the Mustangs. 0-2 the count. And the 0-2. Ground ball right side. DeVries has it cleanly over to first in time, and there's 1 out. 4-3 ground out, 1 away in the top of the fourth inning. That'll bring up Jason Willers. Willers 2 for 2, 2-run home run in the first, RBI single in the second. So Willers has a bat. He also has 3 RBIs. It's a pretty productive game so far. First time he's seen Brule. And the pitch. Hit sharply past the shortstop Carrig. And Willers stays perfect. His third hit here in Game 2. A single. And he'll be lifted for a courtesy runner, number 15. Zach Hefty out to run for the catcher, Willers. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Grajeda. Grajeda 2 for 2 on the day, a couple of singles. Left-handed batter. Takes a pitch up high, 1 ball, no strikes to Grajeda. Grajeda, the cleanup hitter. Morningside with 11 hits now through 3 1/3 innings. Here's the 1-0. Good pitch by Brule. Evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike to Grajeda. Pitch down in the dirt. Good stop by the defender catcher Sanchez, who bluffs throwing down to first. Getting back is the pinch runner Hefty. 2-1 the count to Grajeda. Two balls and a strike. The pitch fouled back. Evens the count at 2-2. Defender Baseball will resume their season Friday and Saturday, a 4-game set scheduled to be played here in Sioux Center against Jamestown. Right now, the way the schedule is set up, Dordt, this is the beginning of a 14-game homestand. It's just how the schedule is played out and how the weather has dictated where games are to be played. So we'll be seeing a lot of Defender Baseball here at Open Space Park on their home field. Full count now to Grajeda. 3-2 the count to the designated hitter. And the payoff pitch. There goes the runner. Pitch is skied. It's going to stay in the infield. Drifting back is DeVries to make the catch. And there's 2 down. Running back is the courtesy runner, Zach Hefty. You'll get back to the bag. P4 if you're scoring at home, or F4, however you prefer. And that's going to bring up a pinch hitter, number 9, Hunter Jenkins will hit for Elijah Rude in this number 5 spot in the order. Hunter Jenkins, returning all-conference player, hitting .233. 10 out of 43 in limited at-bats on the season. Did he go around on that one? Kind of half swung, but they're going to call it a ball. Never mind. They're going to say that he did indeed go around. So 0-1 the count. Runner at first and 2 down. Here's the 0-1 from Brule. Fouled off by Jenkins. The count is 0-2. 0-2 the count. 7-0 Morningside in front. Morningside batting in the top of the 4th inning. They've come up with runs in each of the first 3. See if Brule can keep them scoreless here in the 4th. And the 0-2. Misses high with a letter-high fastball. 1-2 the count to the pinch hitter, Hunter Jenkins. You're going to have to find out if Elijah Rude, number 5, re-enters at first base defensively. Watch that in between innings. Brule will throw it over to first casually, and the runner safely back. Also make sure the catcher re-enters, number 12, which he will, I'm guessing. 1-2 the count to Jenkins. The pitch with a sidearm delivery. This time it gets away from the catcher, Sanchez, and the runner will advance up on a wild pitch. One of the few times today that Sanchez, the defender catcher, has not been able to block the plate. Runner moves into scoring position on the wild pitch. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Jenkins. Brule, as I said earlier, will work from the stretch, even if there's no runners on base. The pitch misses inside. The count is full. 3-2 to Jenkins. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 down. Top of the 4th inning. 7-0. Morningside in front here in game 2. Payoff pitch coming up from Brule. And the 3-2. Popped up. Is that going to stay in the field of play? It will. Who wants it? And Jenkins is going to get a second chance. Defender's unable to make the play. It'll be a foul ball. And the count will stay at 3-2. 3-2 the count to the pinch hitter, Hunter Jenkins. Runner has to trot back to second. That's Zach Hefty running at second base. And the 3-2 from Brule. Swing and a miss. Brule strikes out the pinch hitter Jenkins. And the defenders hold Morningside scoreless in the 4th. You keep an eye on the defensive replacements and see if they re-enter. At the end of 3.5, it is Morningside 7, Dordt nothing. Dordt will come to bat. We'll have it for you after this timeout. You're listening to Defender Baseball, Dordt Media Network.
When you add up all the Wi-Fi connected devices in your home these days, you'll be surprised at how many there are and how much bandwidth they're using. Do the math. It just may add up to needing faster Wi-Fi. Premier Communications has you covered with reliable internet speeds up to 1 gig. Keep everything connected with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call at 1-800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking ahead.
Welcome back to Open Space Park. Defenders coming to bat, bottom of the fourth inning. Due up is Logan DeVries, the number 5 hitter, Drew Oreskes, Anthony Rodriguez, and if anyone should reach, Juan Sanchez. 0-2 the count to Logan DeVries, who struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1 on the day. We have some defensive adjustments here that we'll try to track down. Pitch off the plate, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rotating from left field to first base, Aiden Bishop is your new first baseman. We're trying to figure out the new left fielder, getting his number, but Morningside doesn't have numbers on the front of their jersey, which kind of makes it challenging. We might have to wait and see until they come off the field, but I'll take good notes here and we'll catch up. And strike 3 call. Beautiful pitch by Cade Nolan for the first out. So DeVries strikes out for the second time, and now Drew Oreskes will be the batter. Oreskes struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. 7-0 Morningside with the lead. Little conference on the mound between catcher and pitcher here. It's the veteran Jason Willers talking to the freshman Cade Nolan. Nolan has pitched well for the Mustangs, giving up just 2 hits now through 3 1/3. Has a shutout going. And the first pitch to Oreskes misses low. 1 ball, no strikes to the first baseman, Drew Oreskes. One ball, no strikes, and the pitch misses high, and it's 2-0 the count. 2-0 the count to Drew Oreskes. He'll be followed by Anthony Rodriguez. And the 2-0. Way outside, and it's 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes to Oreskes with Rodriguez on deck. Dordt trailing 7-0 with 1 out, bottom of the 4th inning. And a 4-pitch walk. Oreskes walks on 4 pitches. Believe that is the 3rd walk issued by Morningside's pitcher, Cade Nolan. That's going to bring up Anthony Rodriguez. Rodriguez 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Runner at first is Oreskes, and the pitch. In there for a strike, and it's 0-1. 0-1 the count to Anthony Rodriguez. Oreskes gets his lead at first, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2 to Rodriguez. What we could do, you could send somebody in there to go check out who the left fielder is. I think Carter's next door. Send him. And I'll take good notes for you. And the 0-2 popped it up on out of play.
Yeah, but we don't know if he was in for first base, but not first base in number 8.
0-2 the count with 1 away. Bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, that'd be good. Thanks.
And another 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Beautiful pitch by the right-hander, Cade Nolan. Strikes out Rodriguez for out number 2. So there's 2 down, and that'll bring up the catcher, Juan Sanchez. For Nolan, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 now strikeouts for Nolan through 3 2/3. Sanchez, the batter, he's 0 for 1. He flew out to left field his first time up, the mysterious left fielder that we're still trying to figure out the number. 1-0 the Misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. But we'll get it figured out. 1-0 the count to Sanchez. If he should reach, it'll be Hugesteger. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Big cut by Sanchez. Evens the count at 1-1. One ball, one strike. So Hunter Hope, the right fielder, is your left fielder. Hunter Jenkins is now the right fielder. One ball, one strike. With 2 down, runner at first, and the pitch. Gets away from the catcher, but it's a ball. 2-1 the count. So defensively, Hunter Hope, who was in right field, is now a 7 and is still batting leadoff because you can't switch those. Move him to right field, and Bishop is your first baseman. You're set. 2-1 the count. And the pitch. Breaking ball high. And the count is 3-1 now to Sanchez. 2 down, bottom of the 4th inning. Hitters count here for Sanchez with a runner at first and Oreskes. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss. At a big cut there, and the count is full to Sanchez. 3-2. Hugesteger on deck. Runner will take off now with 2 down. Oreskes will get a head start here. Extra bases, he'll most likely score. And the 3-2. Misses high with a fastball. Oreskes will go to second. Sanchez to first on the walk. And Sanchez will have a courtesy runner, number 7, running for the catcher. Caleb Beard will run for our catcher. Number 9 hitter, Ethan Hugesteger, will be the batter. He walked his first time up. No official at bat. Runners at first and second and 2 down. See if the defenders can come up with a 2-out hit here. The pitch. Misses inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Top of the order coming up. Defenders had 2 runners on base in each of the first and the 3rd innings, but unable to come up with that big hit. Visit to the mound by the Morningside bench. Talk to the freshman right-hander, Cade Nolan, who has pitched very well. Given up just 2 hits. He has walked 4, including 2 in this inning, leading to the runners on base right now. 6 strikeouts to his credit. 7-0 is the score down in Fremont, game 2. Midland with a 2-1 lead as they head to the bottom of the 2nd. Dordt won the first game 1-0 in 12 innings. In a matchup that started as 2 unbeaten teams in the conference. Northwestern also unbeaten. Here's the 1-0 from Nolan. Misses outside, and the count is 2-0. Nolan up to 79 pitches now. 46 strikes. Only flaw is that he's battled command a little bit, especially in this inning. Foul ball by Hugesteger. 2-1 the count to the starting 3rd baseman for the defenders. Logan Harris on deck for Dordt. Hoping for a chance to still bat in this 4th inning. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Evens the count at 2-2. Oreskes at second. Sanchez reached on a base and Running for him is Caleb Beard. He's at first with 2 down. And the 2-2 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Hogesteger strikes out. Nolan strikes out the side, actually, in the 4th inning. 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. At the end of 4, Morningside 7, Dordt nothing. We'll head to the 5th. Morningside with the lead. Come back in a moment. You're listening and watching Dordt Baseball on the Dordt Media Network.
American State Bank is celebrating our 50th anniversary, and we couldn't have made it this far without your support. For us, banking just scratches the surface. We pride ourselves in our commitment to our communities, building meaningful relationships with our customers, and doing our best to have some fun along the way. We're proud to be a locally owned and operated bank, supporting the communities we serve. Thank you for choosing American State Bank. We can't wait to see what the next 50 years have in store.
Morningside with a 7-0 lead coming to bat, top of the 5th inning. Ryan Kielbasa to lead things off for the Mustangs, the number 6 hitter in the order. Mike Brule has pitched a scoreless inning and a third for the defenders on in relief of Diego Benitez, who's charged with all 7 of those runs for Morningside. Kielbasa, the batter. He's 0 for 2, grounded out to short. Grounded into a fielder's choice. 1 ball, 1 strike to Kielbasa. Morningside, 11 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned. Defender pitching has not walked any Morningside batters. 2 strikeouts. 1 each by Benitez, 1 by Brule. That one is fouled off, and it'll be out of play. And it's 1-2 the count to Kielbasa. Aiden Bishop will bat next. He's now playing first base. Started in left field here in game 2. Bishop will bat next for the Mustangs. And the 1-2 from Brule. Bouncer to the shortstop. Carrig has it over to first in time. Another routine play by the defender freshman shortstop Jason Carrig, and there's 1 out. Kielbasa grounds out. 6-3 if you're scoring at home. And Aiden Bishop, now the first baseman, will bat. Bishop, 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored so far today. Single and a double to Bishop's credit. The pitch from Brule. In there for a strike. Good pitch by Brule. Brule doing exactly what he needs to do for this defender team right now. Eat up some innings and hold Morningside at 7 runs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Calabresi to bat next for the Mustangs. 1 out, top of the 5th inning. 7-0 Morningside. And Brule delivers. There's a comebacker back up the middle. And Bishop 3 for 3 here in game 2. His second single and third hit of the ball game. It's going to bring up Calabresi. Calabresi will be the batter with a 1 away and a runner at first. Calabresi 0 for 1 with a sac fly and an RBI. Comes to bat with 1 out. Top of the fifth, the pitch. Flies one to right field. That's going to be trouble, and it'll fall in for a hit. Taking a big turn at second, but holding at second base is Bishop. 2 on and 1 out. Back-to-back singles for Morningside. And that'll bring up their number 9 hitter, center fielder Brian Garcia. Garcia 2 for 2 with a run scored. He's got a couple of singles. Brule running into a little bit of trouble. That last hit by Calabresi was a nice pitch, just an unfortunate break. And that's part of playing this game of baseball. Sometimes you get the break, sometimes you don't. That one just kind of fell in there in between the right fielder, second baseman, and first baseman, sort of the Bermuda Triangle, if you will. Little blue pit. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Big cut by Garcia. Evens the count at 1-1. 1-1 the count. One ball, one strike to Garcia, the top of the order to follow. And the pitch. Up high with a fastball. It's 2-1 to Garcia. 2 balls and a strike. Game 1 went to the defenders 10-7. Behind a nice effort by Jungju Kim, who picked up his 5th win of the season. In the dirt low. And a 3-1 count to the number 9 hitter, Garcia. 3-1 the count. And the pitch from Brule. Comes inside, and it is a foul ball that did hit the bat. Also got a piece of Garcia's hand, I suspect. That is going to leave a mark. And head coach Adam Boovy is going to check on his center fielder, who's made some fine defensive plays in this one. What's wrong with fine defensive plays? I'm getting harassed by the other room in my choice of phrases, I think. 3-2 the count to Brian Garcia. The payoff pitch coming. 1 out, 2 on, 1 out. And the pitch from Brule. Fouled off. Going to do it again at 3-2. Hunter Hope, the top of the order coming up for Morningside. Another payoff pitch coming from Brule. And the pitch. Fouled off again. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nice little duel going on between Brule and the center fielder Brian Garcia. Runner at second is Bishop. Runner at first is Calabresi. And the 3-2. Well hit. Line drive. That's going to be caught by the defender center fielder Harris, who throws to second. And an 8-4 double play to end the inning. What a catch by the defender center fielder Logan Harris. A diving grab off of the bat. You're going to see him charge, makes the catch, and throws right to the second baseman. And a line out, an 8-4 double play to end the threat. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Morningside 7, Dordt nothing. We'll have it for you after a moment. You're watching Defender Baseball, Dordt Media Network.
This Dordt Media Network student-produced live stream broadcast is brought to you by Joyner and Zwart Dentistry in Orange City, offering dentures, implants, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University.
Bottom of the fifth inning we go. Dordt trailing Morningside by the score of 7-0. New pitcher for the Mustangs to start the fifth inning, Josh Pratt, coming in relief of the starter, Cade Nolan, who went the first 4 innings, gave up just 2 hits. Nolan pitched well, got a little bit of trouble last inning, gave up 2 walks, 4 for the game, but did strike out 7 in an 84-pitch effort. So Nolan went the first 4 innings, now hands it off to Pratt. I'll give you Pratt's numbers here. Pratt making his 9th appearance, 8th in relief. He's 2-0 with a 3.86 ERA. 23 1/3 innings, 12 strikeouts, 9 walks. Team's hitting .261 against the right-hander, Josh Pratt. He is a sophomore from Lamar's, Iowa. Defenders trail 7-0, bottom of the fifth inning. Dordt has had base runners in every inning, 2 base runners actually, in the first, third, and fourth innings. They went down in order in inning number 2, but every inning but that one. Top of the order, Logan Harris to lead things off. 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Great defensive play for Harris. Ended the top of the fifth inning. See if that turns into a base hit here. First pitch swinging, fouls it off, and it's 0-1 to Logan Harris. Harris, 1 for 2. Singled back in the first. Was left stranded at third base, however, in the inning. Here's the 0-1. Pitch from Pratt. Fouled off again. Right field side, and it's 0-2 to Logan Harris. Dordt, the winner in Game 1 by a 10-7 score in a game that they never trailed. Jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Led 9-2, then 9-3 before it became a 10-3 game, and a little bit interesting in the 7th, but they won it 10-7. Harris strikes out to start the fifth inning, and Nolan Christensen will be the batter. He is 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. So Christensen will try to reach base for the 3rd time. And a strike called at the knees, 0-1 to Nolan Christensen. And the next pitch, there's a slow bouncer that's going to go foul. Brancato will pick it up in foul territory, 0-2 the count to Nolan Christensen. 0-2 the count. And Pratt looks in. He's going to get the sign from his catcher, Willers. The pitch, low. And the count is 1-2 to Christensen. Jason Carrig on deck for the defenders. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch from Pratt. Again, low. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 7-0 is the score. Morningside in front. Morningside trying to salvage a split. Dordt won Game 1, 10-7. 2-2 the count. With 1 away and the bases empty in the bottom of the fifth inning. And the pitch. That's going to be a high pop-up that will stay in the infield, and it'll be a base hit. The second baseman overran it, didn't get a glove on it. So you're going to give him a hit. Christensen with his second hit of the ball game. Sometimes the lights, the wind can all be bothersome to the fielders. And that's going to bring up Jason Carrig, who's been robbed of hits in each of his 2 previous at-bats. He's 0 for 2, line outs to straightaway center field. 2 fine defensive plays by Brian Garcia. Carrig fouls the first pitch off. It's 0-1. 0-1 the count. Oh, 0-1 the count to the number 3 hitter in the defender's lineup, Jason Carrig. The pitch. There goes the runner, and the pitch was a ball. Runner is thrown out, trying to steal second. 2-6 caught stealing if you're scoring at home. And the bases are empty, and now there's 2 down. One ball, 1 strike with the bases empty. Carrig facing an 0-2 count. I misspoke. It's 0-2. And the pitch from Pratt. Ground ball to the right side. Takes a nice hop for the second baseman, Calabresi. And the inning is over at the end of 5. Morningside 7, Dordt nothing. Take a break. Come back with more Defender Baseball on the Dordt Media Network.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University.
And today's broadcast sponsored by Ployne Publishing. Quality printing from design to delivery.
Jason Carrig grounds out to second to end the Defenders' 5th inning. We head to the top of the 6th, still 7-0 Morningside. Mike Brule still pitching for the Defenders. Hunter Hope batting for the Mustangs as they have the top of the order. Hope, Brancato, and Willers scheduled to hit. Brule still out there for the Defenders. Starts off with a breaking ball. Hunter Hope swings through it. It's 0-1. Morningside, 2 runs in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third. Brule has held the Mustangs scoreless since. Ground ball into the hole. Carrig, great play across the diamond, not in time, and an infield hit. What a play, though, by Carrig. You're going to see it on the replay. Deep into the hole, Carrig showing off his range. Strong throw and is right on the money, just not in time to get Hunter Hope, but a great play nonetheless by Carrig. An infield single for Hope. He's at first with nobody out, and Brancato will be the batter. Brancato, 0 for 2. And was hit by a pitch and scored a run. And Brule starts him off with a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Great job on the replay, Dordt Media Network crew. One ball, no strikes. Brule delivers. Line drive. Takes a short hop. DeVries knocks it down. Is going to have no play. And it's going to be an error, and the throw gets away from the first baseman. We're going to rule that an error. Hope to third. Brancato reaches on an error. Runners at the corners and nobody out for Jason Willers. So Willers will step to the plate. He's been perfect in game 2. 2-run home run in the first, couple of singles thereafter. He's 3 for 3. Morningside threatening here. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Already leading 7-0. First pitch to Willers is low. 1 ball, no strikes to Jason Willers. Nick Grajeda, the designated hitter, up next. And the 1-0 count. The 1-0 pitch. That is a line drive, left field line. That'll be extra bases. 1 run will score. Coach Adam Boovy will hold the runner at third, but Hope will come in to score. Willers with a double, an RBI double at that. And the lead is now 8-0, and we have a courtesy runner for the catcher. It's an earned run. Runners at second and third and nobody out. Coach Bacon will make a visit to the mound here. 8-0 is the score. And we're going to have a pitching change as well. You can probably see who the pinch runner is once he trots back to the second base. It's going to be 15, Zach Hefty. So the defenders will go to their bullpen here with 2 on and nobody out. 8-0 is the score. We'll give you the new name and his numbers after a brief timeout. You're watching Defender Baseball, Dordt Media Network. Coming in to pitch for the defenders, sophomore right-hander Mason Price. He's from Sebring, Florida. He's the third pitcher for the defenders here in Game 2. Game started by Benitez, and then Mike Brule did a nice job in relief for the defenders. Ran into a little bit of trouble here in the 6th inning, but Brule, for the most part, did his job. Kept the game at 7-0 for 2 1/3 innings. Gave up 5 hits, just 1 run. He's responsible for the 2 runners on base. So he'll turn it over, hand it off to Mason Price. Price making his 9th appearance, mostly in relief. He's 1-1. 9 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts, 13 walks. Team's hitting .378 against the sophomore right-hander, Mason Price. Dordt trailing 8-0, top of the 6th inning. Runners at second and third. Hope led off with a single. Advanced to third on an error on a ball hit by Brancato. Jason Willers with a double. Scored Hope, and Brancato standing at third. Willers leaves for a courtesy runner. It's Zach Hefty. He's at second. Brancato at third. And Nick Grajeda, the designated hitter, will come up to bat. 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. Takes a strike. 0-1 to Grajeda. 8-0 is the score. Nobody out. Runners at second and third. Top of the 6th inning. And the pitch from Price. Good stop behind the plate by Sanchez, keeping it in front. Runners have to stay. 1 ball, 1 strike to Grajeda. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jenkins scheduled to hit next. Came in a pinch hit roll and took over in the outfield. Big cut by Grajeda. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. So we'll see if indeed Jenkins will hit next. Number 9. Like I said, he came on in a pinch hit roll, and we think he stayed in the game in left field. Here's the 1-2 outside with a fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Grajeda. 8-0 is the score. Morningside in front. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Top of the 6th, the pitch. Misses high and outside. The count is full, 3-2. 3-2 the count to Grajeda, the designated hitter in both games today. Payoff pitch from Price, and a swing and a miss. And Price strikes out Grajeda, and there's 1 away. 1 down with runners at second and third.
Now batting number 9, Hunter Jenkins.
And this should be Hunter Jenkins, who struck out in his pinch hit and only at bat role, now playing right field for the Mustangs. Jenkins the batter with 2 on and 1 out. And Price delivers. Jenkins fouls it off. 0-1 the count to Jenkins. Kielbasa scheduled to hit next. Sometimes when we get late in ball games, you got to watch out for pinch hitters, but it is Kielbasa on deck. 0-1 the count, the pitch. Goes inside, gets away from the catcher, and the run will score on a wild pitch. Coming in to score is Brancato from third. That is not an earned run. Going to third on the play will be Zach Hefty. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jenkins. 9-0 is the score. Morningside with the lead. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hefty at third. And a 1-1 count for Jenkins. And the 1-1 pitch coming up from Price. Breaks in there for a strike. Good pitch by Price. And it's 1-2 to Jenkins. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 9-0 is the score. Morningside in front. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Price, and there's 2 down. 2 down. And that'll bring up Kielbasa. Kielbasa, the starting shortstop. He's 0 for 3. Couple of groundouts to short. Grounded into a fielder's choice and scored a run. The pitch. Misses high. Ball 1 to Kielbasa. Runner still at third. That's Zach Hefty at third. And the 1-0. Checks his swing. Did he go? He did. 1 ball, 1 strike to Kielbasa. And the pitch from Price, who's working quickly here. Slow bouncer to DeVries at second. He's up with it over to first in time for the out. Nice job by Price, the relief pitcher. Comes in, couple of strikeouts, harmless ground out to end the threat. Morningside 9, Dordt nothing. We head to the bottom of the 6th. We'll have it for you after a brief timeout. Watching Defender Baseball, Dordt Media Network.
Today's broadcast is sponsored by Northside Body Shop. When you expect the very best in the repair of your vehicle, call Northside Body Shop Limited today. Serving the Sioux Center area since 1955. 712-722-2313.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University.
Bottom of the 6th inning we go. Dordt down 9-0 to Morningside. Game 2 of this baseball doubleheader played at Open Space Park. Thank you for joining us. Watching this production by the Dordt Media Network. Great job by them as always. Sean, the program director, Tyson, Ian, Tyler, and Lynn Marie doing the camera and replay duties. Dylan Stanley to lead things off for the defenders. Stanley, the cleanup hitter, batting 4th, followed by DeVries, Oreskes, and if anyone should reach, it'll be Rodriguez. And a slow bouncer to 3rd. Up with it is Brancato, and he throws out Stanley. 1 pitch, 1 out for Morningside here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Josh Pratt, who pitched the scoreless 5th inning, has sent down 4 straight defender batters in order since taking over to start the 5th inning. So Stanley out 5-3. And that'll bring up DeVries, who's 0 for 2. Logan DeVries, starting second baseman. Swing and a miss there. 0-1 the count to DeVries. Morningside, 2 runs in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third, 2 more in the 6th. They lead 9-0 here in Game 2. Dordt won the first one, 10-7. And the 0-1 from Pratt. Breaking ball misses high. Evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pratt, the second Morningside pitcher. Nolan started the game. Went the first 4 innings, gave up 2 hits. Pratt now an inning and a third as DeVries fouls the pitch off. And the count is 1-2 to Logan DeVries. 1 ball, 2 strikes to DeVries. 1 out, bases empty, bottom of the 6th inning. Pratt from the windup delivers. Well hit, center field. There, though, making the catch is Garcia for out number 2. Fly out to center field, 2 down, bases empty, and Drew Oreskes will be the batter. Oreskes struck out, reached on a walk. Hit it off the end of the bat a little bit, sounded better than the outcome. Fly ball caught by Garcia in straightaway center. There's 2 down and the base is empty. First pitch to Oreskes is a strike, and it's 0-1. 9-0 is the score. Morningside with the lead. Bottom of the 6th inning. And time is called by the home plate umpire. Base is empty. 5 straight sent down by the reliever for Morningside, Josh Pratt. The pitch. In the dirt low, 1 ball, 1 strike to Oreskes. Defender softball team beat Midland 1-0 in 12 innings in Game 1 of their doubleheader. Give you a score update here in Game 2. Bottom of the 4th, Midland with a 5-1 lead in Game 2. Here the count is 2-1 to Oreskes. And the pitch. Big cut, fouls it off, and the count is 2-2 to Drew Oreskes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Base is empty in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the 2-2. Pratt likes the sign. Here's the pitch. Check swing, foul ball. And the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Defenders had their chances early. 2 runners on base in the first, runners at the corners, but were unable to score there. We had runners on base in both the 3rd and the 4th. That one well hit, left center field, and drifting back and a running catch by the left fielder. That is Hunter Hope out there in left field, makes the catch, takes extra bases away from Oreskes to end the 6th inning. Hope got turned around a little bit, but recovers and makes the play for out number 3. We head to the top of the 7th. Morningside 9, Dordt nothing. We'll have it for you in the Dordt Media Network in a short break. Top of the 7th inning we go. Morningside with a 9-0 lead over the Defenders here in Game 2. Dordt won Game 1 by the score of 10-7. Morningside tried to salvage a split in this conference doubleheader. Due up for the Mustangs. Let's see where we are in the order. We are 7, 8, 9. Bishop, Calabresi, and Garcia scheduled to hit. Mason Price, who finished the 6th inning, came on with runners at 2nd and 3rd. Just one runner inherited scored. He had 2 strikeouts and then a ground out. This is Aiden Bishop to bat. Bishop, 3 for 3. He's had a perfect Game 2. He was factored in the decision in Game 1. He was the losing pitcher for Morningside. Starter in left field in this one. Now he's shifted over to first base. Fouls the first pitch off. 0-1 to Aiden Bishop. This is his first at-bat against Mason Price, however. 0-1 the count and the pitch. Fly ball right field. Not that well hit. Coming in to make the play will be Christensen for the Defenders. Nolan Christensen, the right fielder, with the catch for out number 1. That is 4 straight sent down by Mason Price out of the bullpen for the Defenders.
Now batting number 3, Alex
Calabresi will be the batter. With 1 out and the base is empty. He's 1 for 2 with a sac fly and an RBI. Price delivers a strike. 0-1 to Calabresi. 0-1 the count with 1 out. Top of the 7th inning. And the 0-1. Hit well but foul. And it's quickly 0-2 to Calabresi. Defender Baseball will be back in action later this week. Scheduled to play a 4-game set at home against Jamestown. Friday looks good weather-wise. Saturday, we'll see. There's a line drive base hit to right center field. Calabresi with his 2nd hit. A 1-out single to right center field.
Now batting number 2,
Brian Garcia, the number 9 hitter, will step to the plate. He's 2 for 3. Couple of singles lined out to center field. Defenders back in action against Jamestown this weekend in a 4-game set. One thing's for sure, they won't go to Jamestown to play this weekend. Jamestown still with a ton of snow up there. Here's the 1-0. Fouled off. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Garcia, the number 9 hitter, top of the order to follow. 1-1 the count with 1 out. Runner at first is Calabresi. The pitch. Fouled off. Count is 1-2 now to Garcia. 1-2 the count to the starting center fielder for the Mustangs under head coach Adam Boovey. And the 1-2 in the dirt low. 2-2 the count. Boovey in his 6th season as the Mustangs head coach. came in to this doubleheader tied with Concordia for first place. Concordia swept Dakota Wesleyan. Morningside lost game 1 to fall a game back in the loss column. Looking like they'll get a split here. Never know. Count is full, 3-2. And the pitch. Popped it up right side. Christensen with a long run. In fair territory, will make the catch for out number 2. Another F9 in this 7th inning. There's 2 down. And the top of the order due up here. Hunter Hope will be the batter. Hope, this is his 5th at-bat of the game. Grounded out to third, singled, lined out to center, and a single to left. 2 out of 4 on the day. Couple of runs scored. First pitch is a strike from Price, and it's 0-1 to Hunter Hope. 0-1 the count. Runner at first and 2 down for the Mustangs. Top of the 7th inning. And the pitch. Gets away from the catcher. And the runner will move up on the wild pitch. That's Calabresi to second with 2 down. And a 1-1 count to the leadoff hitter, Hope. Defender softball team, a 1-0 win in game 1. They trail Midland in game 2, 5-1. But have 2 runners on base, nobody out top of the 5th inning. So hopefully the defenders can rally. Nice pitch by Price. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter, Hope. 1-2 the count. And Price delivers. Misses inside. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. You look at the schedule moving forward, and it's all home games from here on out, weather permitting. 4 games set against Jamestown, doubleheader against Mount Marty, doubleheader against Doane. The 2-2 fouled off. We'll do it again at 2-2. And the regular season winds down with a 4-game set here in Sioux Center against Northwestern. So Jamestown, Mount Marty, Doane, and Northwestern, 4 opponents left on the schedule. And the 2-2. Ground ball, that's going to get through the left side for a base hit. Rounding third and scoring will be Calabresi. And Morningside has a 10-0 lead. And taking the extra base on the throw is Hunter Hope. That should be a single and then just advances. Calabresi scores the Mustangs' 10th run of the game. RBI for Hope. And Eddie Brancato will be the batter with 2 down. 10-0 is the score. Morningside in front. Brancato, this is his 5th at-bat. Brancato has scored 2 runs and has been hit by a pitch and reached on an error. Brancato 0 for 3 technically on the day. Fouls off the first pitch, and it's 0-1. So Price gives up his first run in relief. It's gone an inning and 2/3, 2 hits, 1 run, 2 strikeouts. Benitez started the game 2 2/3 innings, gave up 10 hits, 7 runs. Brule 2 1/3, 5 hits, 2 runs. One of them was earned, and now Price. That one is skied and hit well to left field. At the fence, making the catch. In left field, Anthony Rodriguez right at the fence for out number 3. Morningside scores a run. They make it 10-0. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Morningside 10, Dordt 0. Be back with the final half inning in a moment. You're watching the Dordt Media Network. Bottom of the 7th inning we go. Morningside with a 10-0 lead over Dordt in Game 2. Couple of defensive changes. Now catching for the Mustangs, Gunnar Kale, junior from Merced, California, takes over behind the plate. And we have a new pitcher as well. What number is the pitcher, did you say? 31, Joe Harris. So Harris on to pitch. Sophomore from Marshalltown, Iowa. He is the third Morningside pitcher. Harris, his third appearance, he's 1-0. 5 innings pitched, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. So Harris try to continue the shutout for the Mustangs. Due up for Dordt, 7, 8, 9 hitters. This is Rodriguez. And Rodriguez hits it well. Left field, caught by Hunter Hope out in left field. Rodriguez gave it a ride, but it'll be caught by the left fielder, and there's one away. That is now 8 straight sent down by Morningside pitchers. And we'll bring up the defender-catcher Juan Sanchez. Sanchez walked and flew out to left. He's 0 for 1 here in Game 2. Pitch from Harris is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 ball, no strikes to Sanchez. The pitch. Misses inside. 2-0 the count. Two balls and no strikes. Defenders, quick overview. They've been shut out just once all season. That was a 4-0 loss at Briar Cliff last week. Prior to that, doesn't look like, unless if I'm missing it, they've been shut out. 3-1 the count to Sanchez. We're 2 outs away from that. A lot can happen. A swing and a miss there, and the count is full to Sanchez. 3-2 the count. And the payoff pitch from Harris. Well hit left field. But drifting over to make the play is Hope once again for out number 2. Hope with a couple of catches out in left field. 2 down. Defenders down to their final out here. Scheduled in this spot was Ethan Hugesteger. And I think that's him. Yep. Hugesteger 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. 2 down, 9 straight sent down by Morningside pitchers. And the 1-0. Off speed, ground ball. Shortstop has it deep in the hole, across the diamond to first. In time, and that's going to do it here in game number 2. Your final score, Morningside 10, Dordt nothing. Let's give you the final totals. Morningside 10 runs on 17 hits, no errors. Dordt held to just 3 hits, no runs, and 1 error. Your winning pitcher for Morningside is their starter. His name is Cade Nolan. He went the first 4 innings, gave up 2 hits, walked 4, struck out 7. So Nolan picks up the win. He is now 3-2 on the season, if you care. For Dordt, Diego Benitez is the losing pitcher. He went 2 2/3 innings, gave up 10 hits, 7 runs, walked 0, struck out 1. For Benitez, he falls to 1-2. In terms of offense, Morningside led at the plate by Hope, 3 for 5, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. Their catcher went 4 for 4, Willers, 4 for 4 with 4 RBIs, including a 2-run home run. Grajada 2 for 4 with an RBI. Bishop 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Calabresi 2 for 3. Garcia 2 for 4 with an RBI. For Dordt, they were led by Nolan Christensen, 2 for 2 with a walk. Logan Harris had 1 hit at the top of the lineup as the defenders shut out for the second time this season. They fall in Game 2, 10-0. Dordt earns a split. They won Game 1, 10-7. For the defenders now, Dordt, take a look at their record here after this. Give it a chance to update. Dordt now 3-13 in the conference, 15-19 overall, and Morningside improves to 12-4 in the conference, 26-9. Defenders will play host to Jamestown for a 4-game set this weekend, beginning Friday at 1 o'clock. That is first pitch of Game 1, followed by a 3:30 start time for Game 2, and they'll do it again on Saturday at noon and 2:30. One more quick glance at softball. It is 5-2 in the top of the 5th inning. Defenders score a run in the 5th. Have some runners on base with 2 outs. See if they can come up with a big hit there. Trailing Midland in Game 2. Again, they won Game 1 2-1 in 12 innings. This is Matt the SID signing off from the Dordt Media Network. Thank you for joining us on this Tuesday night as the defenders get a split against Morningside.